Welcome to the inaugural 4 and Out. I'm Pat O'Rourke, sports editor of the BU News Service. Alongside me is Alex Hirsch, and we're going to talk about a few points over the next few minutes. We're going to start with the Bruins. Bruins have lost 2 in a row now. They're 6-5-1. Alex, should we be concerned about the Bees?
I don't think so. Isn't this what we expected from them? We expected an average team. They're an average team right now. They have won about 6 out of their last 10 games, so that's pretty good, and they've gotten points in almost all of them except for the last 2. So, no, we're not concerned about them. But if there is one thing to be concerned about, it would be their goaltending and defense. But it's still early in the season.
Yeah, Rask has not been good. At least he hasn't been consistent. He's not been, Tuukka Rask we expect. But that said, he's still Tuukka Rask. I think he's still one of the best goaltenders in the world. Certainly one of the best goaltenders in the league. And we've seen him carry this team defensively, and then obviously the defense isn't helping him either. But I think there's a lot of good things to be taken out of this season so far. They did beat Tampa in Tampa. They beat New York, the Islanders. So they've beaten some good teams in addition to beating the bad teams too. So last night was another loss to a very, very good Capitals team. I think the Dallas Stars are a very good team. They're no slouches. So there's a lot of good things to be taken from this team. And I think they're going to be very good in the second half as that defense gets more experienced and roles start to settle in. I think they are a playoff team.
Well, they're not the only team that's struggling right now. Celtics off to a slow start, 1-3. Does it really matter? Do we care about the Celtics season this year at all?
Well, it depends on what you want. I mean, if you want the Celtics to compete for a championship, if the ultimate goal is to win a championship, then no. Who cares? Because they're not going to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're not going to go anywhere farther than the Eastern Conference semifinals or the Eastern Conference finals. That said, if you want to see progress, if you want to see this team continue to build, which I like the direction they're going in right now. You got to get bad to get good. I'm not a fan of that. I don't think that's the end-all be-all. I don't think you have to get really, really bad to get really, really good. We've seen a lot of teams get really, really bad and stay really, really bad. So, but what do you think, Alex?
I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters at all. The Celtics are not going to win a championship this year. We know that. Danny Ainge even said, this is not a championship team right now. We don't have a championship roster. The team that matters, the only season that matters right now is the Brooklyn Nets season because we have their number 1 pick.
And they're off to a terrible start.
And they're off to a terrible start, and that's what the Celtics won. They're 0-5 right now. So it doesn't really matter what the Celtics do because they're not going to win a championship. It's nice to see progress, but the wins don't always translate into progress. We just want to see progress on the court. If they lose, but they still show progress, I think that's really all that matters.
Well, I would love to see them win 50 games and go on to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I'm sure everyone would love to see that.
That'd be a great season.
But another interesting story, very recently released, the Department of Defense has paid numerous franchises in not just the NFL, but Major League Baseball, the NBA as well, paid tons of money for what when we're watching the games, are thinking are these patriotic performances with wounded veterans. Teams are actually making a profit off of this, especially the Patriots. Patriots made the second most money off of this, making $700,000 from this. What's going on?
Well, I think there's certainly, when it's framed, they used, $53 million of taxpayer money. And they used $53 million of taxpayer money to go to these teams to honor these veterans. Obviously, there's a stigma attached to that they're digging in our pockets and they're giving these teams the money. But I don't know. I mean, I don't think we've seen enough yet. I don't think we've gotten enough answers yet. I want to see where that money's going towards. If the Patriots take that $700,000 and they give it to the Wounded Warriors Project or donate it somewhere else to a very good cause that helps veterans out, as opposed to paying Tom Brady, then I think it's I don't think it's bad. And I don't know what the Department of Defense's master plan is. I mean, obviously they got to recruit, they got to bring people in some way, and I think these heroes among us and these things these teams do to honor the veterans, they certainly inspire people and say, maybe I want to go into the service.
I don't know, but don't you feel a little bit manipulated in some way? I feel like I didn't get the full truth, and I feel like the NFL is the sport. Well, we haven't, and the NFL is one of the sports making money off of this, but they've made the most money off of this, and it just seems like it's another way that the NFL continues to mess up, and
Well, they monetize everything.
They monetize everything, and I feel manipulated right now. I feel like I was watching these tear-jerking things where, a wounded veteran comes back from wherever he was, Iraq or wherever he was, and he's seeing his family, and the team's actually making money off of that. That seems wrong to me. So I don't like it one bit. I think it feels gross.
I don't think we've gotten all the answers yet. I think as more starts to come out, we'll start to get more answers, and we'll see as it goes on.
All right, well, moving on from them. Sticking in football, though.
Yeah.
Was it Burt Breer? Burt Breer came out with a report today that said that the Detroit Lions are possibly one of the names that the Detroit Lions could take on is Nick Caserio of the Patriots. What does that mean for the Patriots right now?
Well, it means they're good.
Yeah.
I mean, this is something we've seen for 15 years now, where teams are taking. The teams are always going after their coordinators. People are always going after their player personnel executives, and Nick Caserio, I think, is the director of player personnel for the past few years, really since Scott Puglia left in, was it 2008, I think now?
Yeah, 2000.
Yeah, so 2008. I don't think he's gotten as much credit. Obviously the big buzzword around here is Belichick the GM. Particularly they use that in a negative light. But I think Nick Caserio has played a big role in assembling some of these teams and assembling the team last year that obviously won the Super Bowl.
I don't know. I think it means that the Lions are screwed. That's what I think. Because
you don't like Caserio?
I love Caserio, but I don't like any Belichick disciple that goes to another team. Every time they go to another team, they suck. Mangini couldn't do it. McDaniels couldn't do it. Charlie Weiss couldn't do it.
Look at the places they're going.
He's going to a bad place. He's going to a place that's, what are they, 1-7 right now?
Yeah.
Detroit is a disaster right now. They're about to lose Stafford. They're about to trade Calvin Johnson because he needs to go. Detroit's about to lose their franchise quarterback. So that means Caserio has to draft one. He can't mess up. In my opinion, Caserio is out before he even enters the door pretty much. I just think it's not a good situation for Caserio. I wouldn't go there. Patriots, Belichick disciples never do well.
I think he's done a very good job here in New England, but we'll see.
I don't know. All right, prediction time, all right? Patriots take on the Redskins 1 p.m. this Sunday, looking to continue their undefeated season and improve to 8-0. Bengals are 8-0 right now. The Broncos are 7-0 or 8-0 right now. And then the Panthers are 8-0 as well. So you got 4 undefeated teams. Patriots looking to continue that undefeated streak. What's your prediction?
I think the Redskins keep it close, and I think the Patriots win 45-6.
So yeah, real close right there.
Curveball.
All right, my prediction, Patriots win this one 35-17. They can remain undefeated. I'm going to go with another bold one. Malcolm Butler gets another two-pick game. He hasn't got one yet, but he's going to get a 2-pick game. I like where this kid's trending upwards right now. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to 4 and Out. I'm Alex Hirsch alongside the sports editor for the news service, Pat O'Rourke. We'll be up later. We'll be back next week, and giving you 4 more points and another prediction. So before then, don't forget to tune into the Quick Points podcast, which will be airing on Tuesday.
So we'll see you on Tuesday.